Next is from Long Grand Wang, and the subject is Cargill's comments. The hottest in wrestling, Jade Cargill, has been doing some press interviews at her time off from AEW, and one thing that she's spoken about a few times is the lack of black people in AEW, and that the black people that are there, they're not being pushed or used well. Now, it may sound worse in writing. She 100% was not claiming racism with her comments. Her tone was very light. All right? Even though when you're light, for when you're making accusations,
can you bring up?
That's
can
not
you
right.
bring up?
Joe, find the comments.
Yeah, I'm looking for
TNA.
At the same time, I have to ask K100. What do you think that AEW has never gotten hit with any racism claims for them never having anyone but white guys in the main event scene? I mean, obviously, you push a talent that are able to do the job regardless of race. In this day and age, WWE are getting called racist 24/7 despite never being as racially diverse as they are today. Why are AEW? Okay, Long Run Wang, you're just feeding into this very small section of people that bring this up and try to make it an issue when it does not. Bro, it just does not exist today. Like, everybody and their mother is getting a job in wrestling. Now, if you want to talk about, like, okay, well, who's getting pushed or not, it's like, oh, if you want to paint the brush as like, well, the blacks are not being pushed enough and the whites are being pushed more, you would have to literally, they happen to agree on this, category look at each individual case and ask, okay, why is this person not getting over and why is this person getting over?
Bro, I could make an argument.
Talent rises to the top. Go ahead.
Well, I could make an argument. The Mexicans aren't being used right. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
What do you mean by used right?
Well, you've got a lot of talented guys that they don't really do nothing with. What are they doing with Vikingo? He's the most phenomenal high flyer there is today. What do they do with him?
Okay, my question to you is, I've never heard the guy speak a spoken word.
Who gives a He's not there to debate. He can have a manager that can talk for him.
Okay, well, that's my question. How do you get this guy? How do you get the fans?
He's the most incredible high flyer out there today. His work speaks for itself.
Okay, how do you get me the interest in that?
Very easy. You just put him in a storyline with a
Okay, my question: how do you put a guy in a good storyline that doesn't speak English?
Because you have somebody speak for him. I just told you.
So
you're going to ask the same check question again because you're going to get the same answer.
No, the thing is, it's like Vikingo is very talented.
Imagine if I went in there and I talked for Vikingo. You think I couldn't get him over?
No, you could. Which is what there's questions. Why don't they do that?
Okay, you're asking the wrong guy because I don't work there. Yeah, okay.
Like you,
right. So
and promoting this guy, I would be interested in more watching this guy than the announcers and the internet selling him. I'd be more interested in you on camera to the people selling this guy than the internet and the wrestling fans. You know, so that's okay. So
can you read the quote by Cargill? Because I want to bring up something, Joe.
Okay, yeah, but the thing is, she hasn't commented on race or whatever in like 2 years.
Oh, so this is an old thing. Okay, Long Grande, whatever. You're suspended.
Oh, he's bringing up misinformation from 2 years ago.
Yeah, from 2 years ago.
2021 and early 2022, she made some comments, but saying that she got bullied on Twitter and, you know.
Oh,
come on.
Saying that the fans have something against black female wrestlers.
Right. So this is 2 years old news that gets kazooed and suspended.
And I saw her mention in an interview from a couple weeks ago, though, that it's more difficult because she said your typical wrestling fan isn't black. And I don't know what she means by typical fan, but I've always known black wrestling fans. Always, whether you see them in the crowd.
I see a lot of black fans.
I will say this though. Blacks represent like what, 14% of 14%?
Something like that.
Is there 14% black representation in wrestling audience? Or is it less or more?
I
think there's more.
More?
A little bit more.
I would say less.
I think
I would say considerably less. I'll say now. I'll give you a perfect example. Okay, Joe, pull up a show like any show, Raw, whatever. Okay, and I'm gonna look at the first section, like the hard camera section. Okay, and see if you can look if 1 out of 7 fans are black on the hard camera front row wrestling section, like those first 6 or 7 rows, and it'd be probably like maybe like 100, maybe 150 people. Okay, and if you could pull up and like as 1 out of 7 of those people black, and maybe they are, but I would, for my visual thing, I would say absolutely not. Would be my take on that.
Well, we'll find
And
out.
I just wonder if there's like a lot less fans, you know. So I don't know. It's like,
While this is popping up, okay, there we go. But let me ask a question real quick, totally unrelated. Konnan, are you interested in this Oppenheimer movie?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know if you see it. Let me know what you think, because conflicting reviews.
I went to see Guardians of the Galaxy the other day. And what was the other one I saw that was? Oh, and I saw Mission Impossible.
Are you going to
what
see
you think of Mission Impossible?
Thought it was good. Very long, but I thought it was good. I heard Chris Nolan might direct one.
Oh yeah, wow. So here's the screen, D. I have it paused so you can kind of look at the hard camera side there.
And I like the guy from Oppenheimer, is like the Scarecrow guy from Batman.
Yeah, and the guy from he plays the main guy on that Irish mob show, whatever it is.
Yeah, Cillian, whatever. Yeah,
Murphy.
he's really good.
So
All right.
this
So
is
okay, okay. We can just look at that cross section of audience, right? And I would be willing to doubt if you can find 7 black people in this picture. Period.
Right.
By not even 1 out of 7. I'm talking about.
Like
I'm not asking you a question. Could you find 5? And this is roughly
2.
Yeah, right. This guy right here, like second row, middle, like right to the right. We go to the second row, ringside, Joe.
Yeah, this dude. I honestly see 2. I see him and I see
2.
Her.
You see, okay, so two black people.
Yeah.
Okay,
and so what was it? What was the thing like?
What is this guy, Arabian or what? What's the guy right in the middle with the blue shirt? That guy.
Yeah.
Well, let's just call a space.
There's another one.
There's definitely considerably lower.
There's a third one.
So can we argue considerably lower than 1 out of 7?
But I mean, just
Joe,
they don't sit low.
Considerably lower than 1 out of 7.
Well, yeah.
I know, but let me tell you, I go to shows and I do autograph signings, and there's a lot of black people.
Yeah.
There is.
Okay, but is it 1 out of 7?
I didn't count. But there's a lot.
There's black people that watch wrestling. My point is it representative of the ratio of black people to society? 1 out of 7 black people.
I do believe so.
I
would say absolutely not.
Despite that picture.
Really?
Yeah. Because like
I would say,
if I go to a show in Philly, or if I go to the convention that they have at the arena there,
there's a lot of black people. Yeah, and you notice it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like I notice when there's a Mexican in the crowd or a Puerto Rican, like, they have,
And black fans are great. Like now, I sound
there's a lot more than you would think. Believe me. Yeah.
There's not a lot of black smarks. They just want to enjoy the show. Like I've had conversations with black dudes I've worked with, and they'll talk to you like it's real. They know it's not, but they like to, be in the story like that. Hunter could never beat Cena.
Have you ever taken a black lover, Joe?
Wait, what?